Proof, your brain is hallucinating reality right now. What if I told you that everything you're experiencing right now is a hallucination? Not in a metaphorical sense. I mean literally everything you see, hear, and feel is a story, cooked up by your own brain. What you call reality is just your brain's best guess. Take a look at squares A and B. I know you're absolutely certain that square A is way darker than square B, but it's not. They are the exact same shade of gray. Don't believe me? Pause the video and put your finger over the middle seam. Your brain is actively lying to you. This isn't just a party trick. This is a profound clue about how your reality is built from the ground up. It happens so seamlessly, you don't even notice it's happening. The real question is, why? Why does your brain bother inventing the world instead of just, seeing what's actually there? The answer is stranger than you can possibly imagine, and it gets to the very heart of what consciousness even is. Section 1. Your brain in a box. To wrap your head around this, you have to accept one very weird fact. Your brain is trapped. It's locked inside the pitch-black, silent vault of your skull. It has no direct line to the outside world. It can't see light. It can't hear sound. It can't feel pressure. All it ever gets are streams of electrical signals sent up from your sensory organs. Think about it. Light from the world hits your retina and gets turned into electrical pulses. Vibrations in the air hit your eardrum and are converted into more electrical pulses. Chemicals from food on your tongue? You guessed it. Electrical pulses. From the brain's point of view, it's all just a chaotic storm of static. From this blizzard of noisy data, your brain has to figure out what in the world is going on. It has to guess what caused all those signals. Was that pattern a fast-approaching car, the face of someone you love, or just a random glitch in the system? The stakes for getting these guesses right are, quite literally, life and death. So how does it do it? It doesn't just sit there and absorb information like a camera. It actively builds your world from the inside out. Section 2. The brain as a prediction machine. The best way to think about this is to stop seeing the brain as a passive receiver and start seeing it as a relentless prediction machine. This is the core of a revolutionary idea in neuroscience called predictive processing, a concept championed by thinkers like neuroscientist Anil Seth. The theory goes that your brain is constantly, obsessively, making predictions about the world. Imagine your brain as a detective in a locked room, and the sensory signals are the only clues that get slipped under the door. The detective doesn't just wait for clues to pile up. It forms a hypothesis first. Based on every single thing you've ever experienced, your brain makes a prediction about what's most likely causing those signals. Then, it checks the incoming data against its prediction. If there's a match, fantastic. The world is behaving as expected, and you just experience your stable reality. But if there's a mismatch, a prediction error, that's when things get interesting. That error signal zips up the chain, telling the brain, nope, guess again. This happens over and over, countless times a second. What you consciously perceive isn't the raw data from your senses. It's the brain's final, updated prediction. Your reality is the best guess. This is why you can raid a snetniece like TIHS with no problem. Your brain predicts the words from the context and the first and last letters, effortlessly correcting the jumbled mess. This whole process is incredibly efficient. Instead of processing every bit of data from scratch, all the time, the brain just has to deal with the surprises, the things that break its expectations. Section 3. The controlled hallucination. And this all leads to a wild conclusion. Anil Seth calls our conscious experience a controlled hallucination. It's a hallucination because it's generated from the inside out, a story your brain tells itself. But it's controlled because that story is constantly being fact-checked by the sensory signals coming in from the world. Your perception is basically a fantasy that just happens to be useful for navigating reality. When we all agree on our hallucinations, we call that reality. But sometimes, the cracks start to show. Remember that dress from 2015? Some people were 100% convinced it was blue and black, while others would have sworn on their life it was white and gold. The lighting in the photo was so ambiguous that different brains made different subconscious bets. If your brain assumed the dress was in a shadow, it edited out the blue light, so you saw white and gold. If your brain assumed it was in bright, artificial light, it filtered out the yellow tones, and you saw blue and black. Nobody was wrong. Their brains were just running different simulations. The same thing happened with that Yanni or Laurel audio clip. The recording was a messy mix of high and low frequencies. Brains that focused on the higher frequencies heard Yanni, while those that latched onto the lower ones heard Laurel. These viral moments aren't just internet fluff. They're proof that we aren't all living in the same objective reality. We're each living in a world constructed by our own unique brain. This gets even more dramatic with things like phantom limb syndrome. An amputee can feel excruciating pain in a foot that isn't there anymore. That's because the brain's predictive model of the body is so powerful. It keeps generating the experience of the foot, even with zero sensory signals coming from it. The prediction is running wild, with no data to correct it. It's a raw, uncontrolled hallucination. The placebo effect is the same idea. If you truly believe a sugar pill will stop your headache, it often does. Your brain's prediction of relief is so powerful that it actually changes your body's chemistry. It hallucinates a less painful reality. And for you, that becomes true. Section 4. Not a bug, it's a feature. Now, it might feel a little unsettling to think of your world as a fabrication, but this system didn't evolve to give you a perfectly true picture of reality. It evolved for one reason: to keep you alive. Imagine if your brain had to painstakingly process every single photon of light and every single sound wave in real time. The processing power required would be astronomical. You'd be so busy analyzing the exact texture of the grass that you wouldn't notice the lion lunging out of it. The predictive brain is a survival shortcut. It lets you react at incredible speeds by acting on what's likely to be true, instead of waiting for all the evidence to pour in. By creating a stable, predictable model of the world, your brain frees up its resources to focus on what matters: finding food, avoiding danger, and connecting with other people. The beautiful colors, sounds, and feelings you experience aren't some objective truth. They are a user interface for reality, one that evolution has custom designed to help you make good choices. Conclusion. So yes, you are hallucinating your entire life, but it's a hallucination that's been fine-tuned over millions of years to be useful, not necessarily true. Everything you experience, the rich color of a sunset, the warmth of a hug, the very feeling of being a self inside a body, is a creative act of your predictive brain. This isn't a deception, it's a masterpiece. You're not just a passenger, passively watching the movie of the world. You are the creator of your own experience. The world you see is a personal simulation, built just for you by the astonishing machine locked inside your skull. And realizing this doesn't make reality any less beautiful or meaningful. It just adds another layer of absolute wonder to it all. What do you think? Does this change how you see things? Let me know down in the comments. And if this video bent your reality just a little bit, give it a like and subscribe for more trips down the rabbit hole. Thanks for watching.